Hello everyone, my name is Kihwan. Today my research topic is resilient landscape planning through spatial time simulation of landscape structure in coastal wetland. A coastal wetland is an area surrounding a natural environment and that is a coastal ecosystem and human life environment and consists of their interrelation. In Korea, especially in the West Sea, the coastal wetlands area are disturbed by reclamation or development projects due to urbanization in many coastal cities. Our study site in Songdo area in Incheon metropolitan city, the landscape fragmentation and change of coastal wetland has occurred very continuously due to development such as Songdo International City Development Project. So we need to identify the landscape change in coastal wetland from disturbance like, as I mentioned, the reclamation and development aspects of resilience. Also, we need to understand the landscape structure and of coastal wetland and analyze of adaptive cycle, the landscape change with time using simulation modeling method, because simulation modeling method can predict the change of system over time. So the purpose of our study is to propose resilient landscape planning by constructing a simulation model to analyze landscape fragmentation according to land use change in Songdo wetland area. But this presentation's objective is to recognize the degree of fragmentation according to the reclamation and development in Songdo wetland area, using landscape index and construct a model simulation. Research flow is this, and in this presentation, we derived the landscape index and construct the landscape change simulation model. Our study site, as I mentioned, the Songdo coastal wetland in Incheon metropolitan city. History is this, and we used the 4-year land cover map 2001 and 7, 9, 13. Two main methods are used in our research. First is landscape structure analysis tool, the FragStatch. FragStatch tool method is analysis tool of landscape pattern using landscape index. And then we select 6 landscape indices, as you can see, that the best represent fragmentation degree. Then second, the next method is system dynamics method. This method is based on system thinking, modeling the structure of system and simulate the model by computer software. This method to understand the dynamic of the system over time, and it is possible to identify unexpected change in landscape structure. So based on this method, we find some results. First, we analyzed the change of coastal wetland in Songdo area. As you can see, the 2001 year, the coastal wetland area is very tiny because after reclamation in 2005 year, these areas are mostly composed by seawater area. So coastal wetland area is very tiny. After the reclamation in 2005, the coastal wetlands area increased critically. So you can see the 2007 year map. After 2007 year, there was no major change in Songdo coastal wetland area, but the landscape changed continuously like this. So we analyzed how the landscape fragmentation actually occurred in this place. So deriving the landscape index. So as I mentioned, the 6 index change we want to know. So the first index is largest patch index. This largest patch index means how biggest the patch size is in specific site. So since before reclamation 2005, this largest patch size index is very small because reclamation. So after 2007, the largest patch index is decreased continuously. This means this area have been fragmented after 2007. Then next index is number of patches. This means how many patches in specific site. Like us, the Songdo coastal wetland area. Before the reclamation 2005 year, this area was mostly composed of seawater, I mentioned. So there was only 2 patches in coastal wetlands area. After 2007, the number of patches is increased very so later. The number of patches continued to increase due to fragmentation after development. And next is third index is largest shape index. This largest shape index called LSI means the specific site is how irregular and how complex. So the fragmentation is can't be decided by only this largest shape index, this index, because this index is only just we know how irregular and how complex. So this index is increased and decreased repeatedly. Next, first is percent of landscape called PRAN. This means the patch area in specific size, patch area ratio. That means that so after 2007, the percent of landscape is decreased continuously. This means in landscape, the patch size is more smaller over time. Next 2 index is similar index, total core area and total core area's percent ratio. Total core area means a critical aspect requiring isolation of species from outside. Total core area and area ratio initially increased from 2001 to 2007. As I mentioned, it is because the reclamation. So after 2007, this index is decreased steadily. After 2007, the decrease of TCA and CPRAN means the deterioration of biodiversity and environmental health. So we know how fragmented in this place. Some of these we analyze we know the change of landscape index from 2001 to 2007 increase critically. It is because the existing area is, as I mentioned, seawater. After reclamation, the seawater area changed the other area, or coastal area and development area, etc. And after 2007 year, the mostly index or decrease continuously. This means how fragmented in this place. And also the number of patch index increase continuously. This means the patch number is increased. This means also this place is fragmented. And as I mentioned, the largest shape index repeats increase and decrease. So only this index we can't decide the fragmentation. Based on this, we construct the simulation model structure using landscape index. This structure is the interaction of percent of landscape and largest patch index, largest shape index, and core area percent of landscape, centered on area. We try to interpret the change of landscape structure as adaptive cycle, aspect of resilience theory through simulation model in future. Conclusion. In this study, the landscape indices for fragmentation was selected and landscape index value of Songdo coastal wetland was derived. After this presentation, a simulation model will be constructed to analyze change in landscape structure as an adaptive cycle aspect of resilience. Through statistical model methods between landscape indices, we try to analyze what and how landscape fragmentation index has the greatest effect on Songdo coastal area. Future study will expand the model to analyze the fragmentation of various coastal wetlands in Korea as well as Songdo coastal wetland to predict them aspects of resilience. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any question? Comments? Yes. Yes.
I have two questions. Yes. One is what type of landscape structure is good, or what type of landscape is your desire, on your desire. And second one is will you expand your research to not only landscape but also biodiversity? How do you think?
Thank you for the question. First question, I think the best structure of landscape is not exist, and I using this method is in the past I find the desired landscape structure at the time when is the desired landscape structure as, but I have not yet find the structure, so
Thank you. And the second one.
Second is in this study I want to find the fragmentation of landscape. So these 6 index, but biodiversity index is
Quite different.
is different. So first I analyze the biodiversity index into this index, but in this time it is not boundary of the fragmentation analysis. So
I see. Thank you very much. Because fragmentation causes sometimes biodiversity quite different from natural structure. So I want to know. Thank you very much.